What's up, guys? M. Jones back in the house again for another in-theater review. And I'm going to have a slew of reviews the next couple weeks, if not month. I'm going to go see a lot of movies. It's summertime now, have a little bit more time. As you know, I am a teacher, so I have a lot more time in the summertime. I'm going to be going over today a movie I saw over the weekend, Pirates of the Caribbean. And it's this one's entitled "Dead Men Tell No Tales," so kind of an eerie name. But anyway, I saw this over the weekend with my wife, and I saw it in the drive-ins. I haven't been in the drive-in since I was probably like 10 years old, so this was great. It's been like 20 years since I've been in the drive-in, and it was awesome. She has a big SUV, so we put all our blankets and pillows in the back, and we were able to put the window down in the very back so we could see the video, the screen real clear, and had some snacks and all that kind of stuff. We had a great time. It was actually a double feature. It was this movie I'm talking about right now and Kong Skull Island. I'm going to tell you this now. I didn't stay for Kong Skull Island because I have absolutely no interest to see it. We actually left in between both movies. I'm not sorry. It looked awful, and it probably is. But anyway, back to the movie at hand. This movie is the fifth installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean series, and I think it's been since 10 years since the story has taken off, because the third movie is actually the movie right before this fifth movie. The fourth movie that came out in 2011, Stranger Tides, was kind of a movie in itself. It didn't have like Will Turner or Elizabeth Swann, who was Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, respectively. It was just more about Captain Jack Sparrow. So there hasn't been a movie regarding the story since the third movie, which came out in 2007. So it's been 10 years. Now, if you know any fun trivia stuff about these movies, whoever is the captain of the Flying Dutchman, which is Will Turner from the third movie, they only show up every 10 years. So I don't know if it was coincidence or it was on purpose that the writers, director, whatever, made this movie 10 years exactly after the release date of the third movie. I thought that was really cool, and I'm very curious to see if they did that on purpose. But anyway, just a quick synopsis of this movie. I'm just gonna I don't want to screw up what I thought the plot was, so I'm just gonna read off what I thought was a really good plot for this movie. So when deadly ghost pirates led by his old nemesis, the terrifying Captain Salazar, escape from the Devil's Triangle, determined to kill every pirate at sea, Captain Jack's only hope of survival lies in seeking out the legendary Trident of Poseidon, a powerful artifact that bestows upon its possessor total control over the seas. So Captain Salazar, who is Javier Bardem, Academy Award-winning Javier Bardem, husband to Penelope Cruz, Javier Bardem, that's my favorite one. He was amazing in this movie. He made this movie for me. And I actually found out that it was supposed to be Christoph Waltz that was supposed to be the part of the bad guy, but he backed out, I think for reasons of the of James Bond movies. It's a shame because I love Christoph Waltz too. But Javier Bardem made this movie for me. He was amazing as a bad guy. And like I said, he played Captain Salazar. So the whole movie really starts with reintroducing Captain Jack Sparrow back into our lives again. I thought it was a really cool. I thought the first half of the movie was awesome. There's a part where Captain Jack Sparrow needs to steal a bank, and he literally possibly steals a whole bank. It was actually hilarious. I thought that part was really cool. But the story really unfolds, like when I said Captain Salazar is out for revenge on Captain Jack Sparrow. And they show in the movie, this isn't spoiling, they show in the movie the origins of the hatred that Captain Salazar has for Sparrow. And it started when he did take the Trident of Poseidon, which controls the seas. And it was between, obviously at the time, two ships. Captain Salazar was on one, and Captain Jack Sparrow was on the other, which was the Black Pearl. But before that, it was actually called the Wicked Wench, before Davy Jones made it, a bad thing. So he was after him. He was after to get after him, and Captain Salazar wanted to kill him. And and the whole movie goes about that seek and revenge for Captain Salazar. I thought the first half of the movie was really good. I was really attentive to it. I will say though, the last half of the movie, man, I was dying for this to get over. This movie was awesome in the beginning, really good for the first half, and then it kind of went total Transformers, like the Age of Extinction, the awful Mark Wahlberg movies they've been making the last 5 years. I mean, it's like one of those things where everything's devastated, everything's destroyed, but you know, it's all good. We're still going to be here after everything's extinct and destroyed, and you know, all buildings are knocked down, every ship is destroyed, and water's completely drained out of the ocean. It became just a total disaster movie for me. The second half of it, I had no interest after the second half, after the first half. So I got to keep it really short and sweet. You know, it was this director was not, you know, Gore Verbinski, who did the first three movies. I think Rob Marshall or someone like that did the fourth movie. And then this one was done by two Norwegians, Joe Kim Renning and Espen Sandberg, two directors doing a duo of directing. And this movie did nothing for me. I would not buy it. I thought Jack Sparrow he overdid his role a little bit, and I overheard the reason why he kind of was just out of it for this role, which is funny because he should be out of it for this role, but he was really out of it legitimately because he was going through that horrible divorce with Amber Heard. So apparently there was like a lot of people trying to like take care of him and being a lot of life coaches during the production of this movie. I just don't think they should have made this one the way they did. They could have got Gore Verbinski back as the director. You know, if you look on IMDb and the cast and crew, you'll see that there is, you know, credit for Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. So I don't want to ruin that for you, but it's kind of hard not to. It's cool to see them. But the people that really stole the show for me, I will say one good thing. I can't be too miserable. I really enjoyed the characters of Will Turner's son, and also another character named Karina Smith, who I don't want to ruin who that belongs to, as in a kin. But those two were really good. One was Australian as the guy, and the girl was, I think, English in real life. And they did really well. They made the movie very interesting. And you're not sure if they're brother and sister. You're not sure if they're just strangers. They're not related. You don't know. And you find out at the end, which I don't ruin for you. But I thought they were pretty good. But the guy that played... the guy that played Will Turner's son, I think he has a definite future for sure. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Oh, Brenton Thwaites. I don't know much about him. He's from Australia, and the girl's name was Kaya Scodelario. So I thought they were pretty good. Besides that, the movie it missed on a lot of parts. Like I said, the first half's great, second half not so good. And last but not least, this is the shortest movie out of the 5 movie installments. This movie is about 2 hours and 8 to 9 minutes. It's the shortest one. And thank God, because I was ready for it to be over after about hour 1. But anyway, I'm going to give this movie a solid 1.5 out of 5. I give it a 1.5 because Javier Bardem, that's it. He was amazing as Captain Salazar. His role was awesome. I liked him. But the movie had a lot going on, so I can't give it any more than a 1.5. But yeah, so you know, make some comments if you'd like. Tell me what you thought if you saw it too. If you agree, great. If you don't, I don't really care. I'm just going to tell you what I think. All right, until next time, you take it easy, NK. Bye.